I'm going to use today is one that I found in the February 1995 issue of Cosmopolitan. It's written by Kevin Cook. He is a freelance writer for Cosmo, and it's entitled The Buddy System. My wife Pamela and I were in bed one evening after going out with another couple. And the drowsy time, between sleep and midnight, she began counting our friends. There were the Porters, the Scotts, the Millers, the Hughes, a few other pairs and singles, and of course Pam was my friends. So how many friends could I add? Not counting the ones we shared? Define friends, I asked. Someone who knows all about you, but likes you anyway. Noticing your haircut is not enough. This is someone who you trust with a secret, whose secrets you know. By her definition, I have only acquaintances, and of course Pamela. She knows all my secrets and could identify me from a block away. But surely a spouse is more of an acquired twin than a friend, and nobody else would ever be privy to my worries. The baby Pamela would soon deliver, the book I owe the editors, are just the discreet of being 36 years old and starting to develop Bruce Willis hairlines and a Bill Clinton waistline. Let's take a moment, put your pencils down, and sit back and relax. What I'm about to show you is a clip from the movie Disclosure, starring Demi Moore and Michael Douglas. Now, this isn't the clip that the movie is famous for, so don't get all excited, but please pay attention anyway.
Turn the stereo on. It's okay, we can see.
Okay. Virtual reality is everywhere. In the movie Disclosure, virtual reality was used to entertain the audience, but in a realistic way, which soon many of you could be using. Today, I would like to talk to you about virtual reality. I am very interested in the topic and have done extensive research on it. If you have not used virtual reality yet, soon in the future, you are sure to. Virtual reality is being used in the medical field as long as the entertainment world. Today, virtual reality is being more standard in our society. Because of this, society needs to be more educated about the new technologies of virtual reality, new discoveries, and the new challenges that it is facing. Today, I will talk about what virtual reality is, how virtual reality works, and the practical uses in the medical field and in the entertainment world. As you can see, virtual reality is making a big movement in the medical field, but it is also heating up the entertainment world. Virtual reality is beginning to take hold of the movie industry. In the movie The Lawnmower Man, virtual reality is used. In this picture, as you can kind of see, the character Joe this is what he would look like in the virtual environment. This picture is Job as he enters the mainframe of the computer. Now, this is not real. This would not happen. A participant in the virtual environment is not going to become part of the computer. But this is just one way that TV and movies are taking a new technology and making it unimaginable. And in this case, and in some cases also, kind of scary. Currently, Stevens explains VR's most popular manifestation are game parlors, in which 2 to 4 people don helmets and shared loads which are connected by cables to a computer. But this is not the only entertainment purposes. Stevens says that soon people will be able to rent actual virtual reality CDs at their local video store, or they can download them off the internet. This would create the possibility for people to stay at home in their own living room and walk through a human cell or stand on the surface of Mars. As you can see, virtual reality is coming on strong. I hope you now have a better understanding of what virtual reality is, how it works, and how it affects the medical world and the entertainment world. Michael Douglas and Demi Moore were acting with virtual reality in their movie to make it more suspenseful and exciting. Soon, virtual reality won't be any more exciting than a television or a telephone. Thank you. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I was crazy. I was probably the craziest kid in my class. I would do anything, say anything, eat anything. Yeah, if you show me yours, I'll show you mine. I didn't care. I would try anything. And I had the most unbelievable ideas. Like, I thought as a kid when my parents laid out my clothes, it would be such a great idea the night before to put them on. Then the next morning, you were already dressed, you could just get up and go to school. And I hated school. I hated school so bad because not only did they make you color for fun, but you had to color for homework. Page after page after page of those phonics pages. Cat, hat, bat, and then you'd have to color in each one. And I just found it much more simple to take one green crayon and color the whole page. Of course, Mrs. Scott hated this. But I didn't hate all of school. I loved recess. And I'd go out there, and I'd be jumping rope, and I'd be doing this friend thing, and then I'd be running while the boys chased me. That was so cute. And then I'd go home. And my favorite part about being at home is I'd shut my door. And you know when you get your first boombox, it rocks. So you go over and you put your tape in, and I was getting physical, and then I'd go put it on the other tape, and I was like a virgin. I didn't know what a virgin was. Those were the days. But then I grew up, calmed down a couple notches, and all of a sudden became 20 years old. There's a problem in society. Well, there's a lot of problems in society, but one of them I want to tell you about today is Ritalin. Ritalin is a drug that today 1.3 million kids are taking for the treatment of attention deficit disorder, according to Newsweek, March 18, 1996. I've done extensive research on attention deficit disorder and Ritalin, and I've also talked to my local pharmacists and physicians about it. Now, if you don't know anybody who is taking Ritalin or who has this disorder, ADD, then you may in the future. In fact, the person you know may be your own child. Attention deficit disorder has become America's #1 childhood psychiatric disorder, according to a source off the internet. Children who have been diagnosed with ADD are children who are known to be paying too much attention to too many things all at the same time. They are hyperactive, and they are bright, but they aren't good students. Basically, they are lost in time and space. Over 2 million children have this disorder, and Ritalin is the treatment. Now, for those children who are taking Ritalin who don't need it and who haven't been diagnosed, it can be useless, and it sometimes even backfire on them. According to another source I took off the internet, school psychologists say that they feel so pressured to recommend a pill from the teachers and the parents before they even have a chance to evaluate the student. According to Newsweek, doctors themselves say their methods are sometimes too hasty. In fact, a child can go into the office and be out in an hour with a bottle of Ritalin. I hope you now have a better understanding of the problems with Ritalin, what causes these problems, and some of the solutions. The solution for the overuse of Ritalin is very simple. They only take time. Something needs to be done before every hyperactive child in America is taking Ritalin. Now, many of you may be wanting to have children in the future. And if you do, please remember what I said today. If you have a little girl who hates going to school and who thinks getting dressed before the night that she goes to school is a wonderful idea, who runs around the playground thinking that all the boys are chasing her, and who loves, the most wonderful thing she loves to do is shut herself in the room, turn on her Olivia Newton-John, and sing at the top of her lungs, she's not crazy. She's just being a kid. So don't shove a pill of Ritalin down her throat. Just take a book, write down everything she does. That way 15 years later, you can read it to her. Thanks.